Hi, everyone. It's been my honor to represent the city of Hollywood for the last 4.5 years. I'm a wife, a mother, and a grandmother. I am a retired registered nurse. I graduated magna cum laude. I have more than 30 hours certification in chemotherapy. And then I also have about 70 hours from the Archdiocese of Miami in hospice care. I have not nursed for quite some time, but after that, what I've done is I spent more than 6 years in the state representative's office. So between the state representative's office and my 4.5 years as a commissioner, I have 10.5 years of governmental service and governmental experience. I also was on the master plan. I was the chairperson for the economic development and redevelopment of the city. So I know exactly where the city needs to be as far as the economy that we need to create. We are 75% residential, and the property taxes that we depend on are basically based on residential. We want to be able to bring more economic development into the city so that our residents are going to be relieved from your taxes, and hopefully they will stabilize or we can lower them. That's basically it. I'm very glad to be here tonight, and I'm hoping to be your commissioner for the next 4 years.
Mr. Ed Holliday.
You slip and fall, and you'll get a turn. Good evening, everybody. First of all, let me thank you all for coming. As one of the past board members of this organization, it's great to see a room full of people. It means that 5 of us that have put ourselves up to represent all of you, it's nice to see that you all are committed enough to take time out from your schedule tonight to come and hear what we have to say. A well-informed citizen is what Hollywood needs and what everybody needs nowadays. So I commend you all for showing up, and I appreciate you being here. I am Ed Holliday. I'm running for District 6 City Commission. My background, as you all know, I ran 4 years ago against Linda. The race turned out differently than I hoped, so we're giving it another shot. My background, for those of you who may not know, I am one of 7 children, one of 40 cousins. One of my cousins actually is sitting here tonight, and I appreciate him and my father being here. The reason I bring it up is because out of the 40 of us, I was the first attorney in the family, and that's something that I'm very proud of. I have a background, a bachelor's in mathematics, a master's degree of international business, and my law degree from the University of Florida. I've owned and operated a law firm here on Hollywood Boulevard since 1999. So I think the difference between the candidate, the commissioner, and myself is that I've got the business background and experience to run the city in the way that it should be run. I've got the involvement. As I said, I was a board member of this organization for many years. I was president of the Hollywood Lake Section Civic Association for a number of years. I was on the city's planning and zoning board and appointed by the governor to the South Florida Regional Planning Council. I'm being waved at up front to say my time is up, so I'll fill you in more as we go along. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc. I'd like to thank everyone for coming. Anyone that's involved in government will let you know that being here today is just as important as watching the presidential debate of yesterday. We directly influence your lives. And so it's, thank you so much for being here, like Ed said, to hear us speak and to see what our thoughts are. My name is Freddie. I grew up here. I attended Orangebrook and Chaminade, Madonna. At 19 years old, I became the youngest purchaser at Pro Arts and Crafts, and I was able to renegotiate with vendors, saving over 6% across the board And then Robert Perlmutter asked me if I look into some other areas to save. So I look at central transportation, saving them over $3.6 million in the first year. I don't work there anymore, but they still use the techniques that I incorporated into the company. Then went into real estate, where I was rather successful until the bubble burst and I did a Medicare contract. The reason I'm running, there's two parts to it. To get the elephant out of the room, I wasn't in an accident. I was actually born like this, and it's called semifacial microtia. It happens in 1 in every about 500,000 cases. And I think it was this community, my family, my friends, and my neighbors that helped me be strong man in doing one of the hardest things today, which is public speaking, and going on with my life and not worrying about my physical appearance. So for that aspect, I want to give back to my community. The second part of it is that's the emotional part, but the second part of it is the actual physical part of this neighborhood. I see so much potential for the beach all the way out west. You have great suburban areas, great areas of transportation, the airport, the port. There's so many things we could do to redevelop this neighborhood, bring in a higher tax base, alleviate some of the tax burden on our current residents. I hope to bring my new ideas, my energy to the city council, and hopefully you'll be able to join me and we can build this city to a prosperous and completely progressive state. Thank you so much.